Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacy. If anybody is new and joining me here for the first time, thank you so much. I'm going to skip all the blurb today, like my intro, because I want to get straight into this tutorial. So, I have been spending my money in Selfridges recently. I bought some Pat McGrath like mini matte trance lipsticks a couple of weeks ago because I thought I was going to use them on a night out and I didn't. But I really like the colour, so I got those anyway. And then I thought to myself, like, actually, let's just do a Pat McGrath semi-Pat McGrath review, because I've tried the Mothership palettes before and I wasn't like overwhelmed. They were just nice shadows and I thought, well, let's just do a deep dive and do it yourself. So I have bought the Subliminal palette, I think it's called. I bought 3 colors, okay? Let's get rid of that bag. So I have my mini matte trance lipstick. I also have the Pat McGrath Labs. They have given me the wrong thing. That is really annoying. I just looked in the bag now and this is the liquid eyeliner and that's not what I wanted. I wanted the Permagel liner, so I can't use that today. I'm gonna have to return that. And I have the Subliminal mini palette. So I'm just gonna use the palette and the lipsticks. I wanted to try the eyeliner as well today, but I didn't realize they had put the wrong thing in my bag. Note to self, always check your bag, because people do make mistakes. So yeah, this is what we're going to do for this week's tutorial. The packaging is beautiful. I need to say that first and foremost. And I love the fact that their overlay here, I don't know if you can see that. Let's go this way, yeah. Has got all the names of the eyeshadows on top, which I find really useful because sometimes, I don't know if I have dyslexia or whatever it is, but it's really difficult for me to transfer the names from the back of the palette to the front. So this is really helpful. And then you have the option to keep it if you want to, or you can throw it away. I'm going to get rid of that. And then we are going to start this tutorial. So firstly, I'm going to start with skin, and I'm using my NARS Sheer Glow because everyone knows this has, I think this is my favorite foundation now. It was Cover FX for a long time. Or actually, no, let me be truthful and say, or not truthful, let me be fair. I think they're equal. There are things that I love about them both, but I am just on a Sheer Glow vibe at the moment because Cover FX is just, it's blown me out of the water, that foundation. I wasn't expecting it to be that good, but this NARS Sheer Glow, yeah, this is a winner, definitely. The reason why I really love the Sheer Glow foundation is because I can use it in the lower half of my face and it doesn't make my little bit of pigmentation stand out at all. Like, it just looks even, which I really love. Somebody put a comment on one of my most recent videos saying, I have to reply to all my comments as well, but she was like, why don't you put foundation on your forehead? It's too much of a jump to not, because that's how my face is. Like, I actually naturally have a darker forehead. I don't like it when my forehead is the same color as the lower half of my face, because when I don't have makeup on, that's not what I look like. And for you guys who know, I'm all about believable brown beauty, so I don't like to change my forehead color. I kind of like it a bit darker. I'm using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Amande, just around the eyes. Then I'm taking a Zoeva Concealer Buffer Brush to do what it says on the tin and buff in my concealer. Swiftly moving on to brows, I'm taking my NARS Brow Perfector in the colour Lava. I'm going to brush up Strugolina first and foremost. And then my lovely eyebrow over here. And let's just quickly fill these in. Oh, I've just realised the window's open. It's probably going to be really loud. I'm going to close that in a sec. Let me just finish this brow. Okay, so let's move on to the shadows. So I have the Mothership Subliminal palette. I was toying with the idea of buying individual eyeshadows, but they're £23 for an individual shadow and the palette is 50 and it has 6 shadows in it. And then the large Mothership palettes are 115. And I was just like, I think it makes more sense financially to buy the mini palette first to see if I like the formula of the shadows, and then I can decide if I want to invest in individuals or upgrade to the larger Mothership palettes. I decided to pick this palette because there were like 2 other ones, but I just know that if I like it, I will use this palette the most because it has all the neutrals in, and we all know that I'm a bit obsessed with neutrals, so I decided to pick this palette instead. I also wanted to have a matte shadow. I feel like the test of a brand is if they have a matte that blends really, really well, and they have this colour here. It's really, really dark and deep, and I thought, well, that would be a good one to pop in the crease and see what the blendability is like. So I'm going to do my shadows like I normally do. Sometimes I put primers underneath, most of the time I don't. So I'm going to try it without a primer today and see how it goes. I'm actually really excited to try this today. I'm going to take a little blending brush. This is a 224, I think. Yeah, 224 from MAC. And I'm just going to pop my socket in. I don't know what the pigment is like, so I am treading lightly. Oh, and I love that it has a mirror actually in the palette as well. That is a bonus. Oh. It is blending really easily. Really easily. And maybe eating my words, because before I was like, I don't really like the palette. They're not really worth the money. They are very expensive, even for me, and I do like quite high-end makeup. £23 for an eyeshadow for me is a bit much, but it does blend really easily. Because, okay, before when I was saying I didn't like the palette, I was kind of disappointed because we all love Pat, and I was just like, how is she gonna have a brand where I'm just like not really in love? Like, I expected to be like falling over myself. And I tried these palettes on a job, and maybe that wasn't the best situation because it was quite full on, and I didn't really have the time to play the way that I wanted to. Like, it wasn't a thought out experience. So I thought, let me just put my money where my mouth is and buy the palette and try it myself. And so far, guys, so good. Okay, so now I'm going to take a 239 brush from MAC, and I'm going to use this colour here. Oh, where's my little thing gone? And I can tell you the name. So the first colour I put on was Deep Velvet, and this one is called Smoke and Mirrors, which is this colour here. I'm going to pop that one on next. Let's see what the pigment is like in these. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, really nice. They glide on really easily. Oh, I'm going to read you the stuff from the website as well, so you'll know what they say. Yeah, you'll know what they say in comparison to what I am experiencing in real time. Gosh, this is really pretty. I'm going to go back and pick a smaller brush. This is a Louise Young LY38, and I'm just going to use that to just contour the corner of my eye. This is a nice palette, guys. I'm going to do a wear test another day. I'm not going to keep this on today because this is Saturday. This is for tomorrow's video. And it is going to be 33 degrees today. I'm not wearing any makeup at all. I might just do brows and mascara, but that's pretty much it. I don't want a full face today. Let's move on to mascara now. There would have been a liner, but it's not in my bag. So I'm just going to move on to my Climax mascara from NARS. Okay, that's the first layer of mascara. And then I'm going to pop on my lips. So, let's put that palette down. Oh, I need scissors. 1 second. Okay, so this is the Pat McGrath Labs Mini Matte Trance Lipsticks, Colour Blitz Trio, first edition, limited release. Oh, it's limited edition, I didn't know that. But the lipsticks are minis of permanent colour, so that's a good thing because you can still pick those up. So I just want to go on the website and read you what the claims are of these eyeshadows. It says, creamy soft texture. Let me get my reading hat on. Okay, hold on. Right, so it says, creamy soft textures ignite metallic pigments and amplify colour. Extreme blendability and adherence without creasing, pure colour intensity, polished and bright, multi-dimensional finish, emollient-like texture and glide, one stroke, fully pigmented, opaque colour saturation. And I would have to agree. They were really easy to blend. I didn't need a lot of the product to get it to stand out. And there's no base underneath these shadows. It's literally just the shadow on my concealer, which is what I do a lot of the time. I wish I was wearing it all day today so I could do check-ins for you guys. I might have to do that on a stories another day. But so far, like, I'm eating my words. It's a really nice it's a really nice palette, which is what I expected. So I'm kind of glad that I'm wrong, that they're actually nicer. So anyway, this is a bit all over the place because I jumped to the lipsticks, but anyway. These are the lipsticks I bought. They are the Pat McGrath Labs Mini Matte Trance lipsticks. Version Color Blitz Trio, first edition limited release. Well, I didn't know they were limited edition, but focus camera. There we go. The lipsticks are minis of permanent colors, so you can still pick these up. The packaging is not very eco-friendly, but it is really beautiful. And I just had to cut this open because you can't actually open these without scissors. I wish there was something that I could use the sequins for or give them to someone to be used for something rather than them just going straight into landfill. Ugh. Okay, so they are this size. They are really tiny and really cute, but they are minis. Yeah, there we go. They are minis of the actual, like, these are the babies. They are minis of the moms. This is the small version. So I'll just do swatches for you on my hand so you can see. The first colour is Full Panic. So I'll show you that. This beautiful bright pink colour. The second colour is Obsessed, which is a really beautiful orangey colour. Like this. And then last but not least, we have Elson, which is the red that I thought I was going to wear on the day, but in the end I used something else. That's gorgeous too. I'm kind of in love with red lipstick at the moment, but I'm not going to wear red today. I'm going to use the bright pink one. I think that will work really nicely with this makeup. So I'm going to take my Nightingale lip pencil from MAC, just to give that a quick sharpen. And I'm going to line my lips with this. Oh, let's take off my lip balm. And then I'm going to take Full Panic and pop this on over the top. Press and roll. God, that is gorgeous. So nice. I love it. I'm going to put another layer of mascara on because I feel like I need a little bit more. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back into this palette and I'm just going to take a tiny little brush and work this underneath because I feel like it needs to be a bit more sultry than it is. So I'm using a Louise Young LY16 and I'm just going to run this under my lash line. Yeah, it needed a little extra. Yeah, I think it just makes it look much more sultry with some liner underneath. And then now that I've done that, I definitely need lower lash mascara. So I'm going to go back to my Climax and just pop a tiny bit of mascara on my lower lashes. And now that I've done that, I kind of feel like I need, this is ever evolving makeup. I feel like I need some darkness inside. So I'm going to go and get a black kohl pencil and pop that inside. This is just Feline Kohl Pencil from MAC. Very black, but very slippery. It doesn't stay on the best, but I still really love the colour because it's like a true black on me. It doesn't go grey, doesn't go blue, doesn't go green. It actually stays black. This is why I wanted to try Pat's one because I've heard great things about it. And then I got given the wrong thing. And now I'm just going to put a tiny bit on top as well. I'm going to go back to that Louise Young brush and just use that to smoke it at the root and blend it in a little bit more. It's also got some of the deep velvet shadow on there as well, so it's going to soften the black. And I'm just winging it out slightly at the ends as well. Okay, now I'm going to set the skin. I'm using my Laura Mercier translucent powder in medium deep. Yes, it is medium deep. I always feel like that shouldn't be the name of the colour because, in my opinion, I don't consider myself to be medium deep. I think I'm deep tone. Maybe I'm wrong. Who cares? Let's just put this powder on. So I'm going to take a little powder brush and just mattify these areas here. Then I'm going to take my Danessa Myricks Evolution powder, and I think this is number 5. And I'm just going to use this to match the tone on my forehead because it's richer and deeper. I kind of like to use this a little bit like a bronzer as well. So I'm going to pop that just back here. kind of sculpts the face in a really soft, gentle way. And so finally, the last thing I'm going to do is pop on some blush. Now, I have been into NARS for a while. I've been looking at blushes and been like, oh, they're too light, they're too light. Do not be deceived. I was sent this was gifted, this blush. I actually asked for Dolce Vita, the liquid blush, but they sent me the powder one. And I was just like, you know what? I got it for free. Like, I'm just going to roll with it and see what it does. This comes out so much deeper than it looks. It looks quite light in the pan, but watch when it goes on. I was just like, oh, I was really wrong about this blusher. So it's nice when you make like happy finds like that. It was an accident, but look at this. Now, you do not expect this blush to show like this on my skin. I was pleasantly surprised. It's really beautiful. It's got a slight sheen to it as well, which I really like. The last thing I'm going to do is brush up my brows. I feel like that will really finish off the makeup. I mean, set them with gel. I brushed them up already. This is my Illamasqua brow gel. Not always gets too much product out. I need to scrape off the wand. So there you have it, guys. This is my final makeup look today. I am pleasantly surprised, and yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong about the eyeshadows. I really like this palette. I'm going to play with it more and see what other looks I can create from this one. But I think if you want to try it, I would probably say to try the mini palette first. It's the best value for money. I mean, if I bought 3 eyeshadows, it would have cost me £69, but this has got 6 in it and it costs £50. So I thought that was a good way to try it. Pick the palette that you feel like you would be most likely to use. I know it's really tempting to go for the ones with outrageous colors in, but like, really, how often, if you're not an artist, how often are you going to wear like glittery mermaid green eyeshadow? Probably not that much. So try a neutral palette first. I really like these the lip trios as well. That was a nice way to try the lipsticks as well. I really like it. I wish I had the pencil so I could tell you my thoughts on that, but it's rather impressive, and I was definitely wrong about the eyeshadow. So yeah, this is also a good thing to share with you guys, is the fact that sometimes your first opinion about a product may be wrong. This happens to me with Sheer Glow foundation, this color that I'm wearing now, because I thought the color was a little bit off, but then I realized it's because of the way that I had tried it and not actually the product. And I think that's the same thing with these Pat McGrath shadows as well. So if any of you try these palettes or have them already, let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like. Oh no, that's not it. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you loved it, subscribe. Yeah, don't forget to share as well, and if you want to, that is. And then follow me on my Instagram. Oh, I forgot to say that in the beginning. I do live Get Ready With Me's on Sunday mornings at 9:30 GMT. I probably will be using this palette tomorrow morning to see how it wears for the day. So yeah, follow me on there as well. It's more fun, I think, than YouTube because I can actually talk to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.